What do we have here? A Suzie profile picture, potentially a fan account, an artist, who knows? Oh, wait, they are an artist. Arms are so hard to draw, bro, and listen, man, I am not an artist by any means, but I remember, like, when I was trying to learn as a kid, like, anatomy was kicking my tush at all times. I can absolutely relate to this person in that struggle. If only there was, like, a convenient solution to getting around to their particular issue. Oh, a fellow Suzie profile picture comes into the fray to help them out. The real armless Suzie Deltarune. I have a solution to this problem. That account just came in there and ratioed OP, like, mercilessly, despite, you know, the name being Mercy. Hey, fellas, and welcome back to With a Y, and if there's one thing you should know about Deltarune fans is that, like, they don't agree on anything. Lore points, their favorite characters, if a character is evil or good or not. Do not fuck with the Deltarune fandom. They don't even like each other. I guess in, like, the infinite combinations of the multiverse, I should have seen this being a possibility eventually, but there's been, like, a recent argument taking off about something I just didn't really think too hard about before this. Hey, so there's this character in Deltarune named Suzie, and she has arms. Yeah, she canonically has 2 arms in her in-game sprites. 2 of them, in fact. And you're not gonna believe what account I'm about to show you has a very pointed position against this particular idea. The real armless Suzie Deltarune. I don't know about that. I don't know who to believe because I haven't opened Deltarune in at least 20 minutes, so the entirety of what the game looks like has disappeared out of my brain. I'm seeing a sprite with arms in the original tweet, but in this account's profile picture, this sprite has no arms. I don't know what's real anymore. Putting aside the irony for a moment, this has been like one of my favorite recurring bits to just see him pop up every day or so on my Twitter For You page. Like, they've had a few bangers over the last few weeks where they've had some strong positions on whether or not Suzie Deltarune has arms, and where you can shove your own arms if you believe that she does have arms. Which character did you get in this calendar? Do not interact if you're born in May, August, September, or December. I can't think what any of those months have in common. Must be like particular trauma points in the original poster's life. This was a joke, y'all can still interact. It's all in good fun, but you know, this tweet had a little pop-off, people got a giggle out of it. The real armless Suzie Deltarune just kind of became a fixture in the back of like a certain subset of Deltarune Twitter fans' minds, that if you're like set someone up for the joke of them to appear, it's almost like it's guaranteed to happen. This is just like a straight up a Suzie RP account, like they're doing it in character as Suzie. I've never heard of this person before, but you know, my arms hurt from carrying my team in fights. I could see that in her voice, that doesn't seem that far-fetched, but all of the replies had the exact same idea in mind. She is approaching. I'm scared who you're talking about. Is it Carol? No, something extra dimensional. You don't know who this is. I was here before armless Suzie. Okay, twin, you will not get them to show up. Some people were lucky enough to have the back-to-back For You page poll of the arms hurt from carrying the team, and then the reply everybody knew was gonna happen. Watch this. Armless Suzie is gonna say mine don't. Well, that account did show up, and just like even their cropped name was foreboding enough to be funny, it's cut just high enough where you can like still read the words with some effort. 15,000 likes. Easy banger. Easiest banger in the world. Okay, I think that original screenshot is gone, so we only have the ominous foreboding feeling that just seeing their name cropped out will say. And just like the genuine confusion from the OP just saying, guys, who is coming? I'm confused. Speak the name of the devil enough times and they shall eventually appear. One thing I find so novel about the armless Suzie account is that this bit has been going on for a lot longer than people realized. I got damn near close to a year old of this person making tweets like this. We're in September 2024. This is what happened to my arms, and it's the video of Ralsa getting dumped in a vat of acid. Like, there was already a small little community around this account back in the day, and they had people saying shit like this. When I say there's a Family Guy quote for any scenario you could put a character you like into, this is what I'm talking about. What happened? This should explain everything. A farewell to arms. I fell in love with a nurse during World War I? No, just the title. There's no way you've read that. Definitely one of my favorite Family Guy gags. And the real armless Suzie was no stranger to soliciting their small at the time audience for more artwork in the vision of the way they view Suzie. Can someone make a fuck-ass armless Suzie Dark World sprite edit? I'm surprised a joke like this had as much longevity for them as it did. It didn't really like hit the timeline so consistently, at least for me until recent weeks. The fact they had this much investment to keep running a gimmick account based off this one, I've really come to enjoy it. In the way they tie it into basically anything else that could have to do with Deltarune, I find really amusing. I suppose their relationship with the joke has changed over time because like they started vague posting about the unstoppable nature of time and how it will always march on no matter what. Like there was one I saw earlier that was absolutely fucking killing me. I can't find them replying to the chalk eater when they were getting set up for like the alley-oop of the century. What I can find is this: learn to appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what what you had. Like, it's the little things like that. You just gotta respect the character writing in. Oh my god. It's over. Chris is absolutely losing both hands. Right event. Wrong character. Do you prefer Chris with one arm or two arms? Yeah, I'd say one. It feels almost like the amount that people are willing to entertain this person's bit has waxed and waned. So if they see even something remotely adjacent, like any other Deltarune character without arms, they're like, okay, you know what? I'll take what I can get. It's like a stopgap before you go into withdrawals. I live in Self-Indulgent City, population 1. I'm not sure if I've said it before, but I love Suzie designs that give her muscular, brolic arms with a pudgy/chubby stomach and chest, because that's how I always imagined Suzie. I have never been able to figure out if the term brolic actually comes from the Dragon Ball Z character Broly. Like, it makes sense. He might be the most aesthetically ripped character on the cast, but even still, I just think that's funny as the origin of a term. But like anything else in the Deltarune fandom, this is a take, which means it is absolutely 100% guaranteed by the natural fabric of the universe to be disagreed with by somebody. And come on, we already had our culprit. I disagree. Right in your face, no frills attached. Blushing and kicking my feet while drawing Suzie's arms. Dear God, no. Like, it doesn't even have a statement on like any of the ship dynamics Suzie has. It's only about the concept of her having arms, period. Big, strong Suzie arms. Worst tweet of all time? You know what it really reminds me of? It's like that one Dr. Robotnik gimmick account from a while ago, which you don't need to be familiar with him to understand what I'm talking about. But basically, every now and then, I would get jump scared of like a tweet saying how cool Sonic the Hedgehog is, and then an account would be quote tweeting it saying, actually, Sonic is stupid and he sucks. And every time, there was always a little piece of me that was about to go in like big baby autistic rage mode about like, how dare you talk shit about the character I liked as an 8-year-old. And then suddenly, I read the name of the guy who tweeted it. It was Dr. Robotnik. That's absolutely something he would say, and suddenly it became funny again. This bit has been successful for this person for at least 2 months. Like, they've managed to get a banger every few weeks because of this. Suzie really doesn't have a tail based off a back sprite that wasn't used in the final game. Guess what else she doesn't have? It's not funny to lack arms, says Flowey. You have like other ways to interact with the world, dude. Stop complaining so much. Actually, yes it is. They even have the occasional banger like before the new chapters actually dropped. This one might have been right after the release date got announced, so maybe that gave it a bit of a boost. But would you trust your profile picture in this situation? Like just holding you off the side of a skyscraper, trying not to let you fall down, otherwise, you know, you die. And yeah, the armless Suzie has no compunction about the arrangement. You don't need arms for me to have faith in you, man. Come on. I don't know how deeply embedded this bit is into like the wider psyche of this side of the fandom, because even like back in October last year, you had legit Deltarune leaks making a shitpost about Suzie will continue to have arms in Deltarune, which on its own is like just a funny thing to say in a vacuum, even like without this existing as a bit. But this account has been doing the armless Suzie shindig since well before this tweet came out. Like, I can scroll ridiculously far back and show you like how committed they have been to this whole shtick. Does it come from somewhere? What was the divine inspiration behind continuing this really long, very simple, and you would think repetitive bit? I once made a tweet explaining how I came up with this account, but I went back and deleted it. No one will ever know. And honestly, that's kind of where I have to leave you, man. Without any extra explanations, the only thing we can really do here is sit and watch with our thumbs up our ass. That's all I got. That kwytebox email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.